What's going on, guys? Welcome into Bayou Bengals football. So, Brian Kelly under a lot of scrutiny for what he said post-game about Florida State, or said what he said about his team following the loss to Florida State. He said, "We're not the football team I thought we were." Now, was this probably is this probably the best thing to say? Probably not. I don't think he deserves as much scrutiny for this, just because, it's one of those things where, not that you want to say Brian Kelly's earned the right to say something like that, but to me, it's one of those things where this guy has coached for so long, and he knows how to take guys in the right direction. He's shown that he knows how to motivate. He's shown that he can win big games. Now, the article I was just reading, there was, criticism that, he's won just one big game at LSU. But to me, you feel like that's a statement Brian Kelly can make. He kind of has the benefit of the doubt at this point, if that makes sense. Because, even though maybe that's not the best thing to say, you give him a little bit of the benefit of the doubt in that situation, just because, you feel like at some point, I remember my high school coach used to say, good coaching, can lead you in the right direction, but you got to go out and finish. Now, I know LSU, it's a lot of college-age young kids, but LSU should have known. Brian Kelly doesn't really have to reiterate. He shouldn't necessarily have to reiterate in their minds that was going to be a four-quarter fight. If you're a competitor, not saying they're not competitors, there's a lot of competitors on that football team. If you're a true competitor, you got to understand that. Obviously, that could have just been, a lot of those guys are competitors. Jaden Daniels just proved he's a competitor. Mason Taylor, Will Campbell's a competitor. I'm not saying they're not competitors, but to me, they should have known that was going to be a four-quarter battle. And, not that they didn't come out ready to, not that they just came out and sleptwalk, but they did not come out for a fist fight in that second half. So, to me, the points I want to just reiterate, Brian Kelly deserves some of the benefit of the doubt for what he said, even though it wasn't the best thing he said. But he probably shouldn't have said we're going to beat the heck out of Florida State. I'm not sure how much Florida State used that as motivation. Mike Norvell, I forget what he said. He had a classy response to it, though. Mike Norvell seems like a classy guy, just competitor. But yeah, I think, it wasn't probably the best thing to say, but you got to give Brian Kelly the benefit of the doubt. And I think, at some point the players just have to really take matters in their own hands and kind of, at some point the players should have the understanding that you got to be in big games like that. It's going to be a four-quarter fight. Like I said, I think LSU thought they could come out, play well, just exchange touchdowns, exchange points, 3-point lead. You could just kind of salt it away by exchanging points. But yeah, Florida State, bottom line, they came for a four-quarter fight, and they were victorious. They were the better team that night, dominated the line of scrimmage on both sides, so credit Florida State in that game.